Let's get started.
Okay, where'd it go? Hold on. Oh, God, technology. We lost somebody. Oh, no, we gained somebody. Hi, Hillary. The screen changes every time somebody shows up. Hillary has the best outfit ever. I was just looking at it since you messaged me so I could see what it looked like. Well, welcome, everybody, and I apologize for last night being wherever I was. I don't know what day it is. With all due respect, Hillary celebrated a birthday this week, and I was sitting in Las Vegas in a training at about 8 o'clock Las Vegas time, which was 11 o'clock on the East Coast. Somebody was reading something they wrote in their journal, and they said, so today, Sunday, August 13th, 2017, and I turned to Ann and I said, today isn't August 13th, that's tomorrow. And she said, no, it's August 13th. I'm like, it can't be, because if it's August 13th, I'm the worst mother in the whole world and I'm going to hell. And she said, what do you mean? I said, Hillary's birthday is August 13th and that's tomorrow. I have it written down. It's Monday or it's Sunday. And she said, yes, today is Sunday. And I'm like, how can that be? So this has been the week that was following the month that was for me. I have been in 7 cities, 5 countries, a lot of events, and everywhere I was thinking about it. Because for those of you that may or may not know it, I spend a lot of time speaking, teaching, training around the world on my greatest passion, which is probably network marketing. And I don't think I ever really realized that because I've been involved with it for so long, the ups, the downs, the crazy stuff that works, a lot of stuff that doesn't work, people getting aha moments, people changing their lives, that I've seen, good products, and I've seen comp plans that work, and I've seen systems that work. And every once in a while, you see something that comes along that has the magic dust. And every once in a while, you are involved personally in one of those projects, and it just doesn't happen that often. And because I was going around at such a rapid pace, so many different places, all of them companies I respect, all of them with ownership and leadership that I respect, but every day taking a product that made me feel so good and have better clarity and better sleep. And you don't sleep when you're on the road living the crazy lifestyle that I do. And, having lost a considerable amount of weight without making major changes in what I do. And unlike all of you young, healthy fitness folks on the line, I have some very hard and fast rules about dieting. One is that I will not eat things I don't like, and I will not go hungry, which is why I have really not had my weight dramatically go up except at the holidays, or dramatically go down since my youngest child's bat mitzvah. And I gained 8 pounds between Hillary's bat mitzvah and Lauren's bat mitzvah. And Lauren's bat mitzvah was, I don't know how many years ago, probably close to a dozen now. And my weight is now right between the two of them. So I've seen numbers on the scale that I haven't seen in over 10 years. And the only thing I've done is give up soda, bread for the most part, potatoes for the most part, and that's it. And, and I feel great. So but just was kind of a surreal experience hearing about all these products, from these various companies I was speaking with, and they're all very good. All of them I could live without, running around with these packets in my purse. And when I was in Las Vegas, I had a lot of people wanting to try it because they noticed that I was looking really good. And I was sitting here counting, I need this one for the morning and this one for the night. And I might stay here an extra day, so they can't have this one. And, how many can they have this one? And I came home drinking the last one I had on the plane, and there were people that I just wouldn't let it go for. And that's so unusual for me. So, and it's really amazing because every day I have a whole list of people that wanted 5-day experiences, 10-day experiences. And my phone is starting to tell me so-and-so joined your Prove It community, and so-and-so joined your Prove It community. I'm in the customer groups, and I'm watching, especially this groups, welcome so-and-so, they've done a 5-day experience. Welcome so-and-so, they're starting their 10-day experience. And so-and-so completed their 10-day experience. And, now they're getting on product full time. or so-and-so's been on the product full time and now they've decided to be a prover. And it's such a naturally beautiful system that is driven by a conversation. And that's what I wanted to tell you I noticed as to why this company is doing so remarkably well. It has an incredible product. There's no question about it. But it really isn't just the product that's driving the success that Pruitt's having. Any good company is going to have a good product, and it's going to have a good system. A system is non-negotiable. You know, we've talked about that since the beginning, since we started these calls. Alexis, our very first phone call. If something is going to work long-term in this space, it's not about what you can do, it's about what you can duplicate. It's about having something in place that is sequential, that everybody can do, that sort of acts as a giant staircase that allows somebody on the ground floor to get some information very easily, very duplicably, and make a decision if they want to climb to the first step. And in this case, it would be, what do you know about ketones and ketosis? Nothing, everything, doesn't matter. I'm going to send you a video. Would you be willing to watch it? Yes, climb to the first step. Actually watch the video. Could 50%, are you guys finding about 50% of the people that watch the video want to do an experience? That seems to be the number. About 50% of the people say 5-10 day experience would love to. They pay for it, which gives the person who's asked the question the ability to replace that experience to the, you know, so they can get another person to try it regardless of the person says no. But when they say yes and they do that, they go to the next step on the staircase. You know, a good half of those people that have done that decide, you know what, this stuff is pretty friggin' amazing, especially when we don't set expectations for them. We just let them see what they can see. Obviously, the majority of this group is pretty fit. A lot of you don't have 1 ounce of weight or 1 ounce of fat to lose, so obviously you look at it as a weight loss product. People get the results. They want to continue on with it on an ongoing basis. They take the next step up the ladder. And then people say, you know what, I love this product. I want to be using it forever. If I just talk about it and show some people a video, I can get mine for free. That's the next step. And then some people say, heck, you can make money doing this just by sharing all day long. That's the next step. Do I want to help other people do the same thing? And anywhere on that staircase, they can keep going higher, 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 or stop. And it doesn't matter. Because virtually anybody on the staircase that took a step from, even the people that said, no, I don't want to watch the video, they're off the list. You don't have to worry about them anymore. So it's just a matter of going up and seeing who wants to, you know, stop and listen and maybe start walking up the staircase, and then just sticking with them as they do it about how far they want to go. So it's pretty amazing. But what makes a company truly great is when it's a category creator. And when you say that, most people think that you mean they think product. But category creators are companies that do things in ways they've never been done before. You know, whether it's the first company to go around the world with a seamless global comp plan, or the first company that really introduces a system. Because Amway wasn't the first company. The owners of Amway actually bought the first company they were in, which was a product company called Nutrilite, which ended up becoming a brand for Amway. But Amway was the first company to introduce a system, 642. Nobody knows what that means unless you were in Amway, but the entire company was built by, or know somebody was built by 642. You know, this company is not about a product, it's about a conversation. Everything is about this fuel your body with high fat versus glucose. Everything is about this exogenous ketones, you know, putting ketones into your body, getting your body to produce ketones, reducing the sugar intake, upping the fat intake. And every product the company comes out with supports that conversation so that the story remains the same. So it's not like, even if somebody else came out with it, which is highly unlikely to any large degree, it's not like, oh, we have this ketone product and we have this skincare product and we have this product and we have this product, and it's all over the place. It's a stunningly simple conversation with incredible technology to back it up. So it is one of these Star Trek companies going where nobody's gone before, doing things in a way that is differentiated from everybody else, and doing so with a product that's pretty different than everybody else as well. So I realize that more and more, and that's why Prove It's having record growth with almost nobody really out talking money. Nobody really out with any kind of hype because the stories themselves are driving it. And in spite of the fact that I was insane, and by the way, the insane part of the year is over. Until we get to November and we get to GoPro and a bunch of other stuff, I don't have any insane left. And he's crazily insane. I have my normal crazy insane. But every day, people are joining the business. People are joining the Facebook groups. People are getting on the product. People are sharing their product stories. And the next logical step, of course, is to accelerate that. So over the next week, we're going to be looking at cookie cuttering kind of a presentation so that we can start doing Zoom calls so that we can start driving people that are interested in the business to a call where they can kind of get an overview of what's going on from a business perspective and hear from various people that are experiencing both product success, lifestyle change, financial success, part-time, rather full-time, whatever's happening here, which will accelerate, the speed with which you can grow the business, the speed with which we can acquire customers, the speed with which everything happens. But the most simple thing about this company is if you want more customers, more people in your business, more depth, everything going faster, you just ask the question more often, have more people watch the video. And then you just have more people progressing through the staircase quicker. Does that make sense? We're getting to the second half of the month. And what it is, it's time for everybody to look at, go see what you got out. What are all the experience packs that are out? What are all the customers that are due for an auto ship? Where is everybody at? Because the fortune in this business is in the follow-up. It's not what you've done. It's not what it's what are the fruits of your labor? How are all your customers doing? Are they at a point where they're ready to start referring you to other customers? I know I'm going to touch base over the weekend with everybody and catch them individually, but I know Hillary's gotten a couple of customers because her customers referred them. That's starting to happen for me. Is that happening for anybody else? Do you have any customers as results of customers yet? I'm blending with your numbers, Alexis, that you do. Do you?
I do, yeah. People will send people to me, and then I send them a video on how they can set up SmartShip and earn free products. But a lot of times, like at first, I'll just help whoever they refer me to with a 5 or a 10-day.
And Hillary's done that as well. So you actually have a video on how people can set up the SmartShip and earn free products. You made one?
Well, I found one on YouTube that's just like a quick time, like a recording of the screen, but I'm going to make my own and upload it to YouTube.
Okay, I was going to say, when you guys upload to YouTube and you want to bring into the Facebook groups, upload to YouTube, it'll bring you a lot of customers, but I would download the video and re-upload it to Facebook or re-upload it to your Facebook groups and not link to YouTube, because if somebody finds you on the YouTube, that's great, because they'll find you. Let them link back to you, link back to your contact information, link back to your Facebook page, whatever you want to do. But if you send people to YouTube, very often, because of the way YouTube flows from one video to the other and because of all that's going on in YouTube, it's very often that people can get lost there and find something else, someone else, some other company. So it's YouTube is the world of distraction according to video. And now more so than ever, because Facebook is so cutting into the video world, the ones YouTube kind of owned. And Facebook, is going head to head with that. But that's a great thing. And once you do that, that'd be a great tool for everybody else, for those of you that are not video proficient, which I am not. So I always appreciate the tools.
Only got to use them.
I'm sorry? So that's a great tool. That's a great idea. Is everything that works for you, once you cookie cutter it, make a video, because the video can be there when you can't be. And you can't manage time, but you can leverage it, because once upon a time you couldn't be here and there at the same time. With Zoom and video and the ability to create videos, you can be. One of the things you can do to maximize your time as well is, think of every single question that everybody could ever ask, that you've ever been asked, and when you're asked to go record a video, answer that question. You can upload them to the video section of a distributor group on Facebook. You can go get a web URL. You can put them anywhere, but just every single one, all the frequently asked questions, pretty much in order of where they're asked. And then whenever somebody asks a question or needs your time, to make sure that your time doesn't get caught up doing things, because I'm all for supporting people, but you want to be the last resort. You want people to become resourceful. Start with the website that's triggering, asking other people, look for resources, look in a book, look at the website, look at what other people have done, look into the Facebook groups, ask your peers, and ask, you last. But if you know the question is coming and you create a resource that has all the most frequently asked questions, when somebody messages you the question, you can say, great, I've got the answer for you right here, and you can go give them the link to where you've already recorded the answer because you've been asked 708 times. And then they've got the information there. So that's a really good tip. That this past weekend I was with people that are technically much more smart than me, and because that stuff frazzles me, I don't think of those brilliant solutions when I need them. I just take 17 phone calls and answer the same question 17 times. The messenger groups have gotten better for me, have made me better. But at this time of the month, you want to start starting with your customers, doing that. You want to go back to all the experiences that you've had out, anything that's in the cracks, start following up with those people and converting them to customers. You want to go down and start looking through your reporting. Who do you have that's close to, falling out of that's close to going before their GoPro expires, who's close to before their MVP expires? Who do you have that's, their 14-day clock on getting the experience pack? If they haven't gotten it already, is about to run out. Because there's two things that you want to get done because they bring you bonuses for a long time. One is you want to get an experience pack within your first 14 days of signing up because there's benefits within it that are good for a year. So you can buy and sell, or you can do what Alexis and a lot of the other people on the call have done, which is sell and then buy, pre-sell and buy. But you want to get that done in your first 14 days. And then you're in the first, from when you start your go clock, which is whenever you press the button to go, or if you don't press the button to go, in the 14-day, on the 14th day when they press it for you, within those first 30 days, you want to go MVP. Because if you miss Go Pro, it'll cost you some money. But all the bonuses that you get, the extra bonuses that last forever, are recoverable through MVP. If in fact you miss Go Pro, you can get them all back. And even if you don't do that, the company runs MVP resets from time to time. If you're like some of the people on this line, Alexis, you can actually become an MVP and requalify to be an MVP like you didn't become an MVP all in the very same week if you hit the timing right. But you want to do it first for yourself, and you want to go down, and not just with people that you personally sponsored. You want to look at the entire team, starting with your team volume all the way down in your group, and find everybody, who's coming close, and working with the people between you and them that are working with people that are on track, following the system, that understands how the system works. Work with them to identify, using the reporting, who is close or who is not far away. I've seen people do it in one day. We had somebody within this group who was qualifying it out, at least to get their experience pack, over the weekend, and realized on Sunday when the deadline was going to pass that they wouldn't be able to do it with the money that was in PayPal, and did it again on that Sunday using a different mechanism to capture the money where it would go directly into their bank account. So the fortunes and the follow-up. You also, if you don't have enough in your pipeline, you want to get it in as quickly as possible because there's still 14 days in the month. You want to follow up with the people that you talked to before that were thinking about it and let them know your results on the product, results people on your team are having on the product. Stories, as many stories as you have of success that are occurring both with product and within the business, and get them shared. 3-way Zooms, or inviting people to a Zoom call where they can hear results-based stories, because that is what drives people, or the stories are what driving them. And most of your business, if you set it up properly, does the majority of its volume oftentimes in the last week of the month, the last 5 days of the month. And that's all set up now by what you do in the next 3-4 days, because there's so much business in your business already so while you're putting new things in motion, it's always a process. There's so much stuff in your business that is in process. That's how so many people very often double and triple their business in the last 7 days of the month. Does all this make sense? Does anybody have any questions? Okay, well, now that we're alive and well in here, we're going to start putting some lives in the book. We're going to work on the Zoom this on getting some Zooms, a format down for Zoom, so that we can drive, accelerate the process even faster. Who's going to Vegas for the event? If you're not going to Vegas, who's going to Ray's event? I know a lot of people are going to that event. Okay, well, you'll have enough people there. If you're not going to be there, I will. What?
Curtis was supposed to announce this, but he's not here, so I'll just announce it. If
I'll
someone
go get him.
What?
Hold on. He's supposed to
I
get
can do it. It's fine.
Well, he's right there. Hold on, I'll get him. You guys talk about something, I'll get him.
It's not. I told him to say it.
Oh, well, then you should say it. You'll say it better anyway.
Okay, it's only for today because I have to know it. If you didn't get MVP and you want to go, you can still buy a ticket tonight for $47, but it has to be by midnight today. So it's like 4 hours.
For Ray's event.
Yeah, so if you want to go or you don't know, spend $47, you have the option. We have to do it today.
Okay. All right. Did everybody get that? If you can get to this event or to give yourself the option, I can tell you that Ray Hignan's event is going to be amazing. I just met more people in Vegas that are going. September 23rd. I will be there. Lawrence will be there. We'll definitely be doing something with all the Prove It people that are there. Some really good training. I would highly recommend it. We will be in Vegas. We will get all of the information. We will make sure the information is coming out in the groups very, very actively. And we're going to work up to get really good attendance at the next event. I think of leaders are born at events, but we are all just starting a business. They are good goals. You guys are really good about your events here and about moving forward. The lifeblood of this business, obviously, is very simple. Experience pack. Either sell to buy or buy to sell, get the experiences out, go pro, go MVP, and help others do the same thing by going all-star and working to the calendar. The secret of successful people. I had amazing 5 days almost, of recapping 30 years. Eric and I started the business at the same time. And you learn a lot of stuff over 30 years. And it's now for me in 53 pages of notes that I've got to go through and really think. But the business revolves around the calendar, because it's not that much to do if we plan to do it and we work the business properly. And so often it's just working through your business and paying attention to rank advancements, deadlines, and putting your efforts on who really wants to and helping people break it down to what really needs to be done. Because I will tell you, the reason that Prove It is growing by such leaps and bounds is, like I said, they've got an incredible system, an incredible conversation, and I've never seen a product that does so much work for you. And one of the reasons that you are all accelerating so quickly is that you are excellent at getting experience packs out and at selling or marketing the experience pack. Because it's never an issue of anybody having funds to keep restocking them or questioning the value of the product, because people see the video and they pay for it and they know the cost of it. And when they elect to keep going with it, it's just getting more and getting it direct from the company and getting on an auto ship and being plugged in. That's why the retention in the company is so incredibly high. So, and getting the stories, getting people plugged into these customer groups. And I'm finding that that's one of the things we're teaching, because I'm watching other groups and other companies, other groups improve it, other groups that are kind of on the outskirts that don't have the good fortune of having all the leadership that you guys are driving, or that like Lawrence is driving, or that maybe he's being driven in some other teams. And it's important with promoters, but it's so important with customers. When you invite people in and there's lots of information for them, when you're talking to them, when you're sharing with them the recipes, when you're following up with them, when you welcome them, when you ask them how they're doing, when you get them to come back and share their experience and what's happening for them, when you engage them in conversation, when they help each other, this is what is exploding the growth, because people like to belong to groups and they like to know that they're not alone. One of the things that I found so interesting at the event that I was just at, the majority of the people in that room were massive earners with huge groups in network marketing, mostly from different companies. They were virtually almost all at the top of their company. And in a 5-day period, a lot of things come out. and usually people's frustrations with whatever's going on in their own neck of the woods. And the thing I heard the most often at every break was, and some of these people were making such large amounts of money with such large groups at such a young age, or by comparison to me, and for how long they've been in the industry, that I was like, in awe. But from young to old, you heard some variation on the theme of, I guess I'm not as crazy as I thought, or I guess I'm not the only one, or gee, I'm not a freak. Other people go through this too. And that is what everybody in every situation in the world where they are having frustration. I didn't lose as much weight. I need to lose weight, or I'm not learning as fast as I thought I learn, or I'm not keeping up with the person down the street, or keeping up with the Joneses, or I'm not as worthy as the next person. No matter what it is or what it's about, everybody feels that to some degree and thinks that they're alone and they're the only person in the world who ever felt that way. That everybody else is walking out, they're self-assured, those people, the ones that can eat everything they want, never gain an ounce, never get sick, their hair always never looks like this because they're the beautiful people. But the beautiful people feel the same way too. And that is what happens when you bring people together in a group. And never have I seen it be so effective as with customers. Because when people are working, their imagination can often go to the negative. But when people are just trying to accomplish a goal and it's not their business, and you put them together, their imagination while alone, which goes to the negative against themselves, sort of turns into coach to the positive for the person that they're talking to. Hey, Heather, I saw you pop up.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well, except that I look like 3 trucks ran over me, but I'm amongst friends. When you're hanging out with the fit, fab, young crowd, it doesn't matter how you look.
Oh,
You're still going to be 50-something and on your way up. Okay, Hillary, you don't have to die of embarrassment. Even though I gave birth to you, I'm my own person. I do this all by myself. So anybody got any questions, any amazing stories of fabulous things that happened through this week? I saw that, let's see, one of you, Heather, you sold, 100 servings of cream in 3 hours. I, on the other hand, was so busy helping everybody that by the time I went in to buy it, it wasn't there anymore, and I have to wait for the next time it pops up.
yeah. I went to buy another thing today, but it was sold out.
It wasn't sold, they just removed it. It'll be back. It was one of those specials. It'll be back.
Yeah.
Because all the stuff that was on sale is off sale too, but I had to buy stuff anyway because I needed it. But it'll be on sale again, and then I will kick myself. But there, when you see it and you want it, grab it. It's like Costco, Sam's, it's always there. Costco, you never know if it's going to be there next week. But I guess because I didn't realize this, Swiss cacao only now just became available to order just it. I could always get it on an auto ship, but it wasn't available just to go in and order 1 box unless it was on your auto ship, but now it is. And I heard through the grapevine today, because I was out at the office, that the raspberry lemonade will be available for individual order in the not too distant future, as will the non-caffeinated version. And I also heard that at the event, they're introducing another flavor, event only for the beginning, but we'll bring back a bunch. That sounds like it's going to be pretty kick-ass.
Isn't it blue?
How did you know this?
I don't know. I forgot who told me.
It's not, the color's blue, but the flavor's pina colada, and it's double caffeinated.
Double? Oh, God. That sounds amazing.
It's double shot. It's double caffeinated. The color's blue, like island blue, and it's a pina colada flavor, and it's pretty good.
Oh my God. I'll have to double and see how many I can sell of that in a short period.
Pretty good. Well, you see, you guys all have so much energy. Maybe you don't need it, but to me, it's like a double shot of espresso in the morning. I think it's like the greatest thing I ever heard. For sometimes the hours I. Did you paint your wall, Hill?
No.
It looks like you stenciled the wall. Oh, it's a pillow. Never mind. So Alexis, are you back from your trip, or are you still visiting family?
Oh, I didn't go on it yet. I leave on Monday.
Awesome, awesome. A whole new group of people that don't know what's about to come to their town.
Yes. Yeah, I'm excited to be in a new town. So.
And Lana, how are you doing?
From like 2 trips a month for the past March, April. So
I understand that world. I understand that. Hillary,
just got back like a day and a half ago.
Lana works with Mark Cuban.
I did at one point.
Oh,
I don't anymore. I worked on Shark Tank for a while.
You did? That's amazing.
Yeah. It was a real fun time, but I haven't worked on it in a couple seasons.
So what are you working on now?
Unemployment. I'm just kidding.
Well, you're working on this.
Yeah.
Well, how did you work on Shark Tank?
I'm in LA. I work in reality TV.
Wow.
Sometimes it's fun. Only sometimes.
Oh, wow. Actually, a friend of mine is here. He's upstairs working with Curtis. And he was the producer of Being John Malkovich, an Academy Award.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good film.
I never saw it, but please don't tell him. I always say how great it was that he was in it. You know, he produced it and won this award. So I think they always assume that means I saw it. But I think it's great that you won an award, whether I saw it or not.
No.
And Stephanie, I see we don't see you, but are you doing well?
No, she might be in the distance.
No, she came off mute, so somebody heard it.
I unmuted her.
Oh, mute her back, baby. Don't want her to think we're like eavesdropping on our conversation. So everybody's doing well?
Yeah, let's see who's here.
Any questions, anything I can help anybody with?
Who's 509?
Who's 509? I have no idea. I was thinking maybe somebody else knew.
Isn't that Portland or Oregon?
No, 503 is Oregon. I don't know what 509 is.
I will find out because Google knows all.
They could just speak if they want to introduce.
Maybe they're not.
You have glitter all over your face, Hillary?
Yeah, I went to a dance thing, like a 1980s dance class. Mark Cuban was there. That's my mom was saying it. He told me he liked my outfit.
Mark Cuban was at your dance class? He
He's
dances?
in my dance class every Saturday. We've been over this.
Dances?
I've told you this at least 20
I
times.
thought he was like at the gym while you were at your dance class. I didn't realize he was in the dance class.
Yeah, he does Zumba.
That makes me really happy.
It's interesting, Hillary. Okay, I'm not alone. Spokane, Washington.
Oh, Spokane.
Okay, Spokane. I can't even say it right. Spokane, Washington. So so tonight was Zumba. I thought Zumba was on Saturday. I can't keep up.
No, today was a special night. It was a charity thing.
You Zumba for charity?
Yeah.
What charity were we Zumbaing for?
I don't know. I didn't ask. I just wanted to dress up.
She just went for the glitter.
Yeah, I paid the $15 and I wore glitter and I danced. So
For an unknown charity. This is how altruistic and philanthropic you are. You glitter and dance for charities unknown.
no, I'm going because all those ladies at the gym are going to be my customers. That's why. This is philanthropic. It's fun.
And you're philanthropic. Do they know they're going to be your customers, or do they right
Yeah,
now?
3 of them. All of them in my class. All they do is work out all day. They don't do anything else.
Well, okay. See, soon they'll see what you're going to do for them. Soon they're going to work out and prove it. So they'll be doing 2 things. You've doubled their activity.
I'm gonna see you tomorrow, Mom.
Okay. Anything I can help anybody with. So like I said, I would sit down. It's like now it's time to, business is all plan, do, review. Plan where you want to be, plan how you're going to get there, do it, review it. So we're kind of at a review stage, review the first part of the month, see where everybody's at, then plan again, go do it, then review, plan, do, review, plan, do, review. And, and then the last 5 days of the month. Hello, Stephanie.
Hey, I'm driving, so I do call in, and that's why you never see or hear me, because I'm driving. I'm in LA, so I figured while I was stuck in all this massive traffic, I could.
Well, it's nice to see you, and thanks for calling in, even when you're driving. Problem.
So yeah, so I'm gonna put it down, and you'll see the pocket in my car, but that's why I'm never.
No problem. It's great to see you and great to have you here, and we appreciate you coming. Tuning in for driving. That's dedication.
Yeah, it's illegal in California. So.
Oh, turn us off. I don't want you to get a ticket.
Yeah, but I wanted to say I'm here, and this is why you never hear or see me. So that's why. So I'm going to put it down, and I'll mute myself.
Okay, sweetie. Great to see you.
Thank you. I can't do it. Shoot. Okay, can someone mute me? So sorry.
You're muted. You guys are fun. You are fun. So, and then now that we're sitting still, we're going to figure out a really cool contest, which we will announce next week.
Guys, I'm excited. My brother, I have my whole family. So in Beachbody coaching for 2.5 years, my family wanted nothing to do with anything that I was doing.
Welcome to network marketing.
But everybody's reached out to me this time around. My mom and dad are both drinking ketones now. My grandma, my sister,
awesome.
my cousin. My brother and sister-in-law reached out to me, and they're signing up to be provers next week, which is really cool. My brother from an accident years ago, and he's had addiction issues, and he's trying to get really, really healthy, and he has 2 felonies. So jobs are just really hard for him, and I'm really excited for this. He just got married last year, and she has 2 kids, and they just had a baby, and he works 3rd shift. She works at a job making $9 an hour. So I'm really excited to see what's going to happen for them.
Well, that's awesome. And I know, for what it's worth, I don't know if other people are experiencing this, but I noticed that on this product, my cravings are way down for sugar, for cigarettes, for food. And I'm hearing it from a lot of other people.
I am with having alcohol at all. I've been out with friends a few times, and I'm I'm okay. I just,
and even, do you notice that even when you want it, today I was really, 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 really craving chocolate. And if you really want it, you should just do it. Otherwise you make yourself crazy. And I had friends send me chocolate covered macadamia nuts. I can eat the box. If you send me those, I can eat the box. I had one yesterday. It was good. I had half of one today. I enjoyed it. But I was done, finished, fine. That never happens. I'm the person who says, why did you only send me one box? There are 30 days in a month, and there are only 28 in this box. That's a week. I am a 4-box a month girl if I'm being good. And cravings for bread, really are not there.
Me neither. Bread is a thing too.
I mean, can you not do, if Absent prove it, if you go to a good restaurant that has the really good bread and they bring it before the meal, can you not do a loaf? I mean, or half a loaf if you're with somebody else because it's rude not to give them a piece.
Oh no, I'll do the whole loaf and just ask the server to bring us another one.
Exactly. Especially a place like Macaroni Grill. I mean, they have the bread. And I go whatever. That's awesome. That story you just told is a story that is a network marketing great story.
Mm-hmm.
That they've always wanted nothing to do with it. I've got one of those on the line. I mean, Hillary rolled her eyes at me for the better part of her life. I'll tell you this one. I was, you guys all been on the phone with people talking about what you're doing. Imagine, this was actually your younger sister, but when you go to preschool, at some point they'll ask the kids, like, what does mom do? What does dad do? And they write it down and stick it out exactly what they say, and they put it on the wall, and you come see it on Parents' Day. And I went to Lauren's Parents' Day, and so whatever she said about dad and her Steve, and then mine said, my mommy goes upstairs to her office and she calls people on the phone and she tells them to give her money. And that's what she thought network marketing was. And she grew up, they both did with like network marketing. Ick.
That's amazing.
And now one is in it and one is corporate with network marketing company in Hong Kong. And so, yeah, but Prove It has really brought a lot of people around because the product is so effective and because it defies logic. I was sitting with the corporate team at LaCroix Enterprises today, and one of the things, I was looking at some other company, a video, and it was very well done, but it was the typical boom, 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 the world is changing, jobs are hard to come by, and then it was all the science, very compelling, and it's sort of like you're watching a cross between a sports advertisement and a documentary on the evolution of the world or something, like so many are. And they said, what do you think? And I said, the best thing I've ever seen is that campfire video because it's very real. I said, and this program is very real. And I'm not saying that when you're showing me that type of video would lend itself to this, but I think one of the challenges I never saw with the industry before this is when you get in it and you're talking to people, they ask all these questions because they're just not that excited by what they've heard. So they ask things like, well, tell me about the science and tell me about this. And when you think about it, if something excites you, when was the last time you sat down with somebody in the real world and said, explain all the science to me about anything? I mean, about anything. It never happens. That's why nobody likes them. And that's really the whole thing. People, it's just, you try it, it works. I don't even know why it works. I mean, I understand all of it, but people are like, well, tell me what to expect. I'm like, take it for 5 days and tell me what you feel. I don't know what you should expect.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, well, is it a weight loss product? I'm like, I hope not, because there's all these young, fit women that are working the program, and I look at them, and if they lost any weight, you can't see them now. They're so thin and fit. But how is your family doing with it? Do you hear a lot of different things from different people in terms of their product results?
Yeah. So after our conversation last night, I reached out to all of my clients today that have purchased and just, a quick, hey, how are you doing? Just wanted to loop around and see how you're feeling and what experience you're having with your ketones. And so I got so many different responses between, I tried 5 days and didn't notice anything to my life has changed. I'm never going to stop drinking this. Like, I'm finally losing belly fat. And so it's been interesting. And like the people with the 5 days, and that's fine. I just kind of had a conversation with them. Like, everybody has a different experience. While some people have great results right away and might lose inflammation and bloating, others it takes a little bit longer. And I explained that the purpose behind a 5 and 10 day. So this is what I found today that like I had to explain over and over, because a lot of people were like, even the ones that had a great experience in that time frame didn't realize they needed to like stay on it and keep reordering it. So that told me like I need to start saying that more in my social media, and also like have that upfront conversation that like the 5 and 10 days, the intention behind them is to try the flavors, see how you feel, and then let's have a conversation about which one is your favorite. So like I think I'm going to start tracking the people that I send 5 and 10 days to and make sure that I'm following up with them before their experience is over.
Now, I will tell you, the fortune is in the follow-up. And I've talked to enough people who have done this, and here's where the problem came I saw the problem twofold. There were people that got involved, and I remember I haven't been working this business since the beginning, but I've been aware of its whole evolution because it's the family of companies I've been involved with the team for 20 years. And the first challenge that it had was Prove It is not a weight loss product. And for people outside the industry, if you went to a Prove It event, it's very interesting because what you don't see is a lot of people that come from a so-called network marketing background. What you do see is a lot of biohackers, which I didn't even know what that really was before Prove It, to be honest with you. But to me, I would have just identified it as fitness people, clean eating, but I didn't realize there was a whole, I want to say almost science subculture to really, how do I get my body to perform at optimum performance by bringing my body to optimum health? Fueling it differently, empowering it differently. People that, there are people that actually, somewhere between 6.5, some people it's less, some people it's more, but most people somewhere between 6.5 and 7.5 hours of sleep is their sweet spot for the perfect amount of sleep. And there are people out there that literally figure that out. I mean, there are people I've met at these events that can tell me, I need to, if I sleep 7 hours and 18 minutes, it's the perfect night for me. And I'm like, well, what happens at 7 hours and 23 minutes? Does it go the wrong way? But a lot of people try to pigeonhole it as a weight loss company, and because you'd see all these really sweet people that were really quite out of shape. So it was kind of like a Weight Watchers meeting meets, Fitness USA all in the same room. It was, but all together, like all friends and all like on this quest for better. But you normally walk into this room and say, where would these two clubs ever end up in the same gymnasium? Because it's like culture shock just from the difference. But for people that think it's a weight loss product or that type of a thing, not understanding that it's really an alternative fuel for your body, they have expectations that are either wildly satisfied because somebody who's exceptionally overweight who goes on this product because of the fact that they, let's say for 10 days, they will sleep better. They will, if they just help it a little bit, they'll sleep better. They'll burn fat for fuel. They're going to burn fat, which is going to make them lose weight. And burning fat accelerates your metabolism in ways that losing weight doesn't. So they think they found the Mecca Garden of Eden weight loss product. But they think when you lose your weight, you don't need it anymore. On the other end of the spectrum, you will find people that have not an ounce of weight to lose, but they're such fitness buffs that they're so in tune with their body that they can tell the first time they take it, they're feeling differences within their body because they're so in tune. They're the type of people that if they walk into the wrong air, they know that the humidity is too hot or there's pollution in the air, or they've changed climate. But in the middle, you have all these people that don't really know what it is. And that's where when you follow up with people and they understand that this is really ideally something they're going to be taking for the rest of their life if they want to change their life. The worst thing about a diet, having been in that business, meet anybody who's ever gone on a diet to lose weight, and by the third day, even if they're staying with it, you know what they're saying by the third day? I can't wait for this diet to be over so I can eat X. I can go back to doing Y. And the minute people go back to where they started, they go back to where they started, right? Mm-hmm. But I would believe that and again, it's all about the numbers and all about the staircase we talked in the beginning. People aren't numbers, but it's a numbers game. If all you ever did was never talk to one person and we got them to go through a system almost like in an assembly line format where there was no warm body putting them on the way in the system on the way in, and no warm body there to meet them in the middle of the system and ask how they were doing, and no warm body to talk to them on the way out, a certain number of people are going to fall in love with it and convert themselves and get on auto ship and do all those things. But if you take a person through an automated system so that you don't have to explain anything, maybe put them in, you don't need a warm body to put them in or to get them to try it. But you're a tour guide from this is how you start or this is what you to expect. You send the hacker guide and you call them midway through it, see how where did everybody go? What happened? Oh, you're all still there somewhere, but I lost you. Hello? Are you all still there?
Here, yeah.
Oh, yeah, it is. Okay. Hold on. Joy, where's my meeting? Oh, there it is. Oh, God. Oh, cool. Okay. It like went into a little corner. Sorry, techno idiot on parade. So if you talk to them midway through and you manage their expectations and you encourage them, then your conversion rate's gonna be very high. I had another woman who had the highest. She had so many people buying 5 and 10 day experiences that her numbers just were so out of whack that I knew something was going on there. But her conversion rate to customer was way below the number, below the line. And without even talking to her, I knew that rather than kind of letting the system do the work, that she was just really good at selling. So she got everybody to buy it, but in doing so, their expectations were so high that they couldn't possibly, that they had good results, but they just weren't what they thought they would be. But when she backed up and let them have the experience and sort of was more of a tour guide, asking them specific questions to chart their experience, her numbers went more stable. When somebody else is trying, but I haven't gotten back the full data yet, because she's a market person and I don't like to throw things into the mix, so I'll let you know. She's running it for 3 weeks. Is she's designed a form you could automate this on on your social media, your thing. She's more about not done that yet, but she's taken 5 things. I forget what they are, but I think it's energy level, sleep, level of hunger or appetite or something, and I forget what the other 2 are. And before people start it, it's chart this on put this on a level of 1 to 5, 5 being very much and 1 being almost not at all. How normal would you normally say you're hungry or you have a lot of cravings or you're tired or getting enough sleep or whatever the questions are before they start, so they have a baseline. And then midway through, if they're on a 10 day, and then again, it's I think it's at 3 days and 7 days. And she just touches base with them on those points, because if it's on the 7 day, she's saying people will notice that, oh, I'm not as tired, I'm not as hungry, I'm not as this, and that helps them to clarify that they are in fact feeling things. And the one thing she doesn't really ask them about is weight loss. She lets them tell her. Because a lot of people are burning fat for fuel. Do you feel like you're doing that? Do you feel like you're, that type of thing, and helping them understand. But like I said, as we get more and more developed into it, because getting real serious. It's getting to be real exciting. Now your Australia thing worked out okay, Alexis? Did you know what the problem was?
No, that's what I was trying to figure out. But so she put in a different address, she just picked a random address that I don't know, maybe she Googled one that was in Melbourne in the city area. And then she clicked on update my shipping address, check the little box, and it verified that one, accepted it, and then she went back and typed in her actual address, same exact way she had been typing it, and then all of a sudden it gave her a shipping option again. So I don't know if it was just a site thing.
Yeah, and one thing, when people have problems signing up, they should re-enter under the one that they started, otherwise it will keep creating accounts.
I know, she created a couple accounts.
Yeah, I didn't know that until recently. It's no big deal, but it just happens.
So
if you keep re-entering under the account that you started, you can do that.
Yeah, that works.
That's pretty much all I've got, unless anybody's got any questions.
I had 2 girls that quit smoking. I had one, I think it might have been 3, and they didn't even tell me that they quit smoking. They just
I'm smoking a lot less, and I am not there yet because I'm working on other things, but I have come to this is my decision. I have decided this in Vegas. I'm quitting smoking. You have to decide to, and everybody always tells me I should, but I never want to. I won't be smoking in 2018. I don't know when that's going to happen, but I won't be smoking in 2018. But I can tell you, because their cravings 3. Have you put that on social media yet?
Yeah, I mean, I did like one post about it when it was just, I think I talked about you indirectly about how, you know, you're craving less, and that actually triggered 2 people to buy a 10-day, and on like day 4, they said that it just burned or too much to smoke a cigarette, or they just didn't want to, and now they haven't smoked since.
That's amazing.
I know. And then I guess Danielle, the promoter, she on our team, she quit on day 4.
Wow.
Too. Yeah, they both quit on like day 4, and I was like, oh God. They
Pretty
didn't even
amazing.
tell me until they just like randomly told me while I was live on Facebook in the comment section. I was like, wow, you like haven't been smoking this whole time? And yeah.
Wowzy, wow.
And I don't think they planned on it. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't an intention.
No, I didn't. Trust me, if you would have told me I would be not drinking Coke and not eating bread. I haven't had, and I love this. I love pasta. I haven't had pasta in 6 weeks. And it's not like I can't have pasta because I keep thinking over the weekend I'm going to go to a restaurant and I'm going to have carbonara because it's like my favorite in the whole world, except that when I say it, it just doesn't even sound very good to me. When it sounds very good to me, I'm going to have it. But 6 weeks. And I mean, I could have, there was a point in time, I didn't do it because of how much weight I'd gained, but I could eat carbonara every single day of my life if they made not gain weight carbonara, but now I don't even want it.
Yeah, my son wanted pizza tonight, so we ordered pizza. And I like love pizza, but even just smelling it, same thing. I was like, okay.
We ordered a couple weeks ago. I had like a piece, and I was like, not even the whole piece. And again, it tastes good, and 2 bites, and I'm like, that was good. I don't need any more.
Yeah, that's weird for me, like to resist pizza.
I know. You want to get? I mean, but it's awesome. It's awesome to be able to enjoy the flavor of food that you like, but not feel like you need to keep eating it to the point that you're mad at it by the time you're done with it.
Yeah.
I actually have what I would call a love-hate relationship with a lot of these wonderful foods we're talking about, and now I just love them and don't eat very much of them. And what are you eating, Hill?
Where's my video?
We can all see you eating.
Oh, I'm eating a veggie burger.
Yeah, I haven't drank enough keto for that to sound good, but we're gonna maybe someday.
Why don't see my video? I can't believe we're not going to be smoking anymore. I'm so happy.
In 2018, look at a calendar.
Mom, you can push that goal up,
I can, and if I choose to, you'll be the something person to know.
No, number 1.
Not if I announce it on a video. All right, guys, love you all. Alexis, have an amazing trip. Heather, weren't you on a trip recently?
No, I'm going on a trip in October.
You're also going on a trip. Have a wonderful time. Lana, I can't wait to hear for the next chapter in reality TV work that you're doing. Stephanie, be safe with your driving. Great to see you all. Paul, I saw your face for about 2 minutes. Whoever's calling in from Spokane, Washington, it's great to see you or hear you or have you be here. And we'll see y'all next week.
Thank you.
Bye. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.